Cruiser is back, now the most insane. 10 top 2026 touring motorcycles are unbelievable. '26 Suzuki Boulevard C90T. The cruiser world is buzzing right now because Suzuki just brought back serious old-school muscle with the 2026 Suzuki Boulevard C90T, and riders are already calling it one of the biggest surprises of the year. At first glance, it looks like a classic long-distance cruiser built for endless highways and chrome-loving traditionalists, but underneath that timeless styling is a machine that feels far more aggressive than anyone expected. Suzuki didn't just refresh the C90T, they gave it a stronger road presence, smoother power delivery, upgraded touring comfort, and the kind of massive V-twin attitude that instantly turns heads at every stoplight. The moment this thing fires up, you know it means business. Deep rumbling exhaust, wide touring stance, and mile-eating confidence. This motorcycle feels built for riders who still believe cruising should have soul. But here's the shocking part. The 2026 Boulevard C90T may actually be one of the smartest touring cruiser buys on the market right now. While other brands push sky-high prices and overload bikes with unnecessary gimmicks, Suzuki focused on what riders truly want: comfort, torque, reliability, and highway dominance. The huge windshield, plush seating, hard saddlebags, and relaxed ergonomics make this bike feel born for cross-country freedom. And once you hit the open road, the smooth V-twin power and laid-back touring character make it dangerously addictive. Suzuki may have just quietly created one of the most underrated cruiser touring machines of 2026. '26 BMW K1600B. The motorcycle world is freaking out right now because the 2026 BMW K1600B may have just redefined what a performance bagger can be. BMW didn't simply update the K1600B, they turned it into a long-distance missile wrapped in luxury. The legendary inline-6 engine is back, smoother and more aggressive than ever, now delivering its massive power earlier in the rev range for brutally effortless acceleration. Twist the throttle and this machine doesn't just move, it surges forward like a high-speed bullet train. Riders are already calling it one of the most dangerous touring motorcycles BMW has ever built, because somehow this massive bagger feels shockingly fast, unbelievably stable, and absurdly refined all at once. With its slammed bagger stance, premium finishes, massive 10.25-inch TFT display, adaptive LED lighting, and luxury touring comfort, the K1600B feels less like a motorcycle and more like a two-wheeled Autobahn weapon. But here's what's really blowing riders away. BMW secretly refined almost everything. The updated electronics package constantly adjusts suspension, ride modes, braking behavior, and traction systems in real time, making this giant machine feel impossibly agile in corners and terrifyingly planted at highway speeds. The enhanced audio system, integrated smartphone charging compartment, and upgraded touring ergonomics make cross-country rides feel effortless, while the inline-6 soundtrack turns every tunnel into an event. And despite weighing well over 700 pounds, riders continue describing the K1600B as a, quote, touring beast that somehow hides its size once it starts moving. Some owners still mention quirks like tire wear and highway drift discussions online, but even critics admit the bike's smooth power and luxury performance are addictive. BMW didn't build this motorcycle to follow Harley or Honda, they built it to dominate the entire bagger category. '26 Harley-Davidson Low Rider S. The cruiser world is heating up fast, and the 2026 Harley-Davidson Low Rider S may be the most aggressive factory-built Harley we've seen in years. Harley-Davidson didn't just tweak the Low Rider S, they sharpened it into a full-blown performance weapon with serious West Coast attitude. The Milwaukee 8117 high-output engine now hits even harder, delivering a brutal wave of torque and explosive acceleration that makes this bike feel more like a muscle car on two wheels than a traditional cruiser. Harley says the bike was built for life in the left lane, and riders are already calling it one of the most addictive Harleys ever made, thanks to its taller rear suspension, aggressive lean angles, and performance-tuned 2-in-1 exhaust. The blacked-out styling, mini fairing, heavy breather intake, and all LED lighting give the Low Rider S a dark, intimidating street presence that looks ready for trouble before it even starts moving. But here's what's shocking riders the most. Despite all that raw power and attitude, the 2026 Low Rider S feels incredibly refined. Harley quietly added selectable ride modes, advanced rider safety enhancements, and improved handling dynamics that make the bike feel faster, sharper, and more confidence-inspiring in corners. Early riders on Reddit say the bike feels surprisingly comfortable, agile, and much easier to ride than expected, with some even admitting they were pleasantly blown away after testing it. Others say the new Low Rider S feels quicker, smoother, and far more capable than older Harleys, while still delivering the aggressive soul riders crave. And with Harley now pushing stronger customization and performance-focused upgrades across its lineup, the Low Rider S feels less like a cruiser and more like a factory hot rod built to dominate city streets and canyon roads alike. This isn't just another Harley, it's a statement. "2026 Suzuki Intruder C800. The cruiser world is suddenly paying attention again because the 2026 Suzuki Intruder C800 is making a comeback that nobody expected. Suzuki appears to be reviving one of its most iconic middleweight cruisers with a darker, more aggressive attitude, and riders are already calling it a hidden threat to the entire cruiser segment. The low-slung stance, deep chrome accents, stretched-out styling, and classic V-twin silhouette instantly bring back that old-school cruiser soul, but this time with a sharper modern edge. Early buzz surrounding the rumored 2026 model suggests smoother performance, updated touring comfort, and refined road manners designed for riders who still want raw cruiser character without spending luxury bike money. And honestly, that's exactly why people are excited. But here's what's really fueling the hype. The Intruder C800 still represents something many modern motorcycles have lost: simple, addictive cruising freedom. Riders across cruiser communities continue praising older Intruder and Boulevard 800 models for their comfort, reliability, relaxed highway performance, and timeless styling, with many calling them underrated gems in the cruiser world. Some owners even claim the Intruder delivers details and craftsmanship Harley wishes their bikes had. The 805cc V-twin platform has long been respected for its smooth, low-end torque and easygoing ride quality, making it especially appealing for riders who want a comfortable cruiser that feels manageable without losing highway presence. If Suzuki truly brings the Intruder C800 back for 2026 with upgraded styling, modern tech, and improved refinement, this could become one of the biggest sleeper hit cruisers of the year. "2026 Harley-Davidson Breakout 114. The cruiser world is going absolutely crazy right now because the 2026 Harley-Davidson Breakout 114 may be the boldest factory muscle cruiser Harley has unleashed in years. This thing doesn't just look aggressive. It looks like it was built to intimidate traffic before the engine even starts. Harley doubled down on the Breakout's long, stretched-out drag bike stance, massive rear tire, and chrome-heavy styling, turning it into a motorcycle that screams pure American attitude. And once that Milwaukee 8-117 engine fires up, the whole personality of the bike changes from showpiece to full-blown torque monster. Riders are already calling it one of the wildest-looking cruisers of 2026, thanks to its slammed profile, brutal acceleration, and unmistakable road presence. Harley's own cruiser lineup reveal confirmed the Breakout was tuned for more torque and stronger performance, proving this machine was never meant to blend in. It was built to dominate. But here's the shocking part. Despite looking like a custom drag bike straight from a high-end build shop, the new Breakout is far more refined than most riders expected. Harley quietly packed modern rider tech into this beast, including selectable ride modes, cornering safety systems, LED lighting, and improved suspension tuning that makes the bike feel smoother and more controlled at speed. Riders across Harley communities continue praising the Breakout's addictive power delivery and unmistakable style, with many saying the bike feels surprisingly manageable once moving, despite its aggressive stance and oversized rear tire. Some even argue the 2026 Breakout perfectly captures what modern Harley-Davidson should be: raw muscle, premium styling, and enough torque to make every stoplight feel like a drag strip launch. This isn't just another cruiser. The 2026 Breakout 114 feels like Harley-Davidson reminding everyone that they still know how to build motorcycles with pure attitude. (2026) Suzuki Intruder M800T. The cruiser world is suddenly buzzing again because the 2026 Suzuki Intruder M800T may be the comeback nobody saw coming. Suzuki appears ready to revive the legendary Intruder name with a darker, more aggressive touring cruiser attitude that instantly grabs attention. Low-slung styling, deep chrome details, wide handlebars, and hard touring-inspired accessories give the M800T a road presence that feels far bigger than its middleweight category suggests. Early previews and online leaks are already calling it one of Suzuki's smartest cruiser moves in years, blending classic Intruder muscle with modern refinement and long-distance comfort. The V-twin engine is expected to deliver the same smooth, torque-rich character riders loved in older Intruder and Boulevard models, but now wrapped in sharper styling and upgraded rider-focused ergonomics. This isn't just nostalgia. Suzuki seems determined to remind everyone they still know how to build cruisers with real personality. But here's the part that's getting riders genuinely excited. The Intruder M800T could become one of the best value touring cruisers of 2026. While premium brands continue pushing giant price tags and overloaded electronics packages, Suzuki's formula appears refreshingly simple: comfortable cruising, proven reliability, classic V-twin rumble, and authentic highway attitude. Cruiser communities on Reddit still praise older Intruder 800 models for their durability, easygoing ride quality, and surprisingly premium details, with some riders even claiming the Intruder had craftsmanship many bigger brands lacked. Others continue praising the smooth shaft drive cruising experience and relaxed ergonomics that made the older M800 and Boulevard platforms so addictive on long rides. If Suzuki truly modernizes the Intruder M800T with updated lighting, improved comfort, and fresh styling while keeping its classic cruiser soul intact, this bike could quietly become one of the biggest sleeper hits in the touring cruiser world. (2026) Vulcan 1700 Vaquero ABS. The bagger world is getting seriously uncomfortable right now, because the 2026 Kawasaki Vulcan 1700 Vaquero ABS may be one of the most underrated highway monsters of the year. Kawasaki didn't try to copy Harley or chase luxury gimmicks. Instead, they doubled down on raw V-twin muscle, long-distance comfort, and aggressive blacked-out bagger styling that instantly turns heads. Powered by a massive 1,700cc liquid-cooled V-twin pushing over 107 pound-feet of torque, the new Vaquero feels built to crush endless highway miles without breaking a sweat. The frame-mounted fairing, slammed bagger stance, integrated audio system, electronic cruise control, and hard saddlebags give it the look and feel of a true road warrior. And somehow, Kawasaki kept that old-school cruiser soul alive while quietly packing in advanced braking tech and modern touring features. But here's what's really shocking riders. The Vaquero delivers heavyweight touring performance without the insane price tags dominating the American touring market. Across rider communities, many owners continue praising the Vulcan 1700 platform for its comfort, highway stability, torque-heavy character, and classic styling that avoids oversized screens and overcomplicated electronics. Some riders even call it the best bang for the buck full-size touring cruiser available today, especially compared to far more expensive competitors. Reddit riders consistently praise the Vaquero and Voyager for their relaxed freeway manners, 6-speed overdrive transmission, cruise control, and strong two-up riding capability. And once this giant machine starts rolling, many riders say it hides its size surprisingly well. The 2026 Vaquero doesn't scream for attention. It quietly dominates the road with confidence, comfort, and old-school bagger attitude that many believe modern touring bikes have lost. 2026 Yamaha Stryker SE. The cruiser world is erupting with rumors and excitement because the 2026 Yamaha Stryker SE may be making one of the wildest comebacks in modern motorcycle history. Yamaha's long, low factory chopper was already one of the most aggressive-looking cruisers ever built, but now riders are hearing whispers of a darker, sharper, more premium special edition that could completely shake up the muscle cruiser market. Early previews and leaked reports suggest the new Stryker SE keeps its stretched-out chopper stance, massive rear tire, raked front end, and torque-heavy 1300cc V-twin, but now with upgraded finishes, blacked-out styling, enhanced rider tech, and an even more intimidating street presence. The bike already had a reputation for looking like a custom build straight from the factory, and now Yamaha appears ready to push that image even further. Some motorcycle media outlets are already calling it Yamaha's answer to overpriced American muscle cruisers. But here's why riders are really losing their minds over the Stryker SE. People genuinely miss this motorcycle. Across Reddit and cruiser communities, riders still praise the Yamaha Stryker for its bulletproof reliability, effortless torque, comfortable cruising ergonomics, and head-turning gangster styling that stood out from everything else on the road. Owners continue describing it as one of the coolest factory cruisers Yamaha ever built, with some even saying it drew more attention at gas stations than far more expensive Harleys. Others still rave about the bike's smooth power delivery, long belt drive durability, and low-maintenance Yamaha engineering. If Yamaha truly revives the Stryker SE for 2026 with modern lighting, updated electronics, and refined comfort while keeping its aggressive chopper soul intact, this could become one of the biggest sleeper hit cruisers of the decade, and possibly the bike Harley riders never expected to fear. (2026) Harley-Davidson Street Glide CVO Special. The touring world is absolutely exploding right now, because the 2026 Harley-Davidson Street Glide CVO Special may be the most outrageous luxury bagger Harley has ever unleashed. Harley-Davidson didn't just update the CVO Street Glide, they turned it into a rolling statement of power, chrome, and pure American excess. The massive Milwaukee 8 VVT 121 engine delivers brutal torque and instant throttle response, while the new premium finishes, exclusive paint options, and redesigned touring details make this machine look like a custom-built show bike straight from the factory floor. Harley claims the 2026 CVO pushes beyond the limits of power and polish, and honestly, they might not be exaggerating. Riders are already obsessing over the torched orange tritone paint, amber-tinted windshield, premium audio system, and upgraded suspension that somehow makes this heavyweight monster feel smoother and more controlled at speed. But here's the part that's really shocking riders. Harley quietly packed this thing with far more performance than anyone expected. The updated CVO lineup now features advanced Skyline OS infotainment, selectable ride modes, rider assist electronics, and premium Brembo braking systems that make the bike feel more high-tech than ever before. Some riders on Reddit are even calling the newest CVO models better than heavily modified custom baggers because everything feels perfectly dialed right out of the crate, from the VVT power delivery to the heated grips and remote locking saddlebags. Others say the combination of luxury comfort and aggressive performance makes the new Street Glide CVO feel dangerously addictive on long highway rides. Harley didn't build this motorcycle to compete quietly. They built it to remind the entire touring world who still owns the American bagger throne. (2026) Roadmaster Elite. The luxury touring world is being turned upside down because the 2026 Indian Roadmaster Elite may be the most outrageous American touring motorcycle ever built. Indian didn't just update the Roadmaster Elite, they transformed it into a rolling masterpiece loaded with premium craftsmanship, brutal V-twin power, and next-level luxury features that are making even Harley riders stop and stare. Early reports suggest this machine delivers over 120 horsepower and massive torque from its powerful V-twin platform, while hand-finished paint, premium chrome details, and exclusive Elite styling make it look more like a custom-built show bike than a factory motorcycle. The huge touring fairing, luxury passenger accommodations, premium power band audio system, heated seats, integrated navigation and endless storage capacity make this thing feel less like a motorcycle and more like a first-class highway cruiser. Riders are already calling it American luxury on two wheels, and honestly, it's easy to see why. But here's what's really shocking riders. The 2026 Roadmaster Elite isn't just about comfort. It's packed with serious technology and surprising performance. Adaptive rider assistance systems, selectable ride modes, cruise control, Bluetooth connectivity, advanced infotainment, and refined suspension tuning make this giant touring machine feel far more modern than many expected. Indian also appears to be blending classic Thunderstroke touring heritage with newer Power Plus performance technology, giving riders both old-school V-twin soul and modern highway muscle in one package. Across Indian rider communities, owners continue praising the Roadmaster platform for its incredible long-distance comfort, smooth highway stability, and head-turning style, with many saying these bikes make cross-country rides feel effortless. Some riders even describe the Roadmaster as the motorcycle equivalent of a luxury muscle car: massive, powerful, comfortable, and impossible to ignore. The 2026 Roadmaster Elite doesn't seem interested in quietly competing with Harley-Davidson or Honda. It looks like Indian built this motorcycle to dominate the entire luxury touring world.